Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Studio Series 86, number 4, Voyager class. Okay, sure, Voyager class, hot rod. And here he is in his hot rodding, or some people would call it Optimus Prime killing mood. Look at how good he looks. I will say this, he looks really good. However, he has issues, and I'll talk about that later. But let's just start by getting close in here on the details on his head, which has a feature in it that I'll show off later. But yeah, it's a nice and accurate looking head sculpt. We got the nice flames here on his chest as well, with the nice details here on his arms. I've always liked Hot Rod's design. Too bad he really didn't do much of it, and he became 200 years older the moment that he opened the Matrix. But yeah, you got some nice yellow here on the legs. You got some niceness here on the back. You got some stuff here, and then you got the big yellow arrow thingy that he has on his back. Like I said, a nice looking Hot Rod figure. However, to me, it kind of feels like the arms are a bit too close to the chest, and that is what we will get to right now, because let's move straight into the pose ability of this bad boy. So his head can rotate. However, because of how things happen, things do get in the way. So not a full rotation, but you get enough as you need, and you get some up and down, and also a little bit side to side action. Then his arms can go out, but it's as people have called it, the trigger happy shoulders. Apparently a figure called Trigger Happy did this first, so people call it trigger happy shoulders. So yeah, that's what he has. I don't have the figure Trigger Happy, but I do have the trigger happy shoulders, so that is a bit annoying. So he can't put his arm all the way up, and it looks a bit awkward when he does it. Next up, his arms can rotate, however not all the way around, because of the fact that this gets in the way, this yellow thing. Sadly enough, then he does have a rotation here at the arm and a bend at the elbow, and his hands can open and close, which is also a bit of a rarity sometimes. His waist can rotate. He doesn't have an ab crunch. He doesn't have butterfly. He's got like slight little butterflies, but it's like, I don't really know if it's even worth to use. But yeah, but he has a waist rotation that goes all the way around, as it should. Then you got legs that go forward about that far, backwards not that far, out the way, because as you can see, this is hitting that. So sadly enough, he can't go that far back. Bit of a shame. However, you bend the knee in order to make it look like it goes further back. Anyway, you got an in and out You get a rotation down here that is a bit tight, so the waist joint will probably be activated a lot more easier. Also, put your arm down. And you have a nice double bend at the knee, because there's a double joint here. And then his feet can ankle tilt and can go slightly forward and slightly back. So yeah, he has a lot of good posability. Now then, before we look at accessories, let's look at his special feature that he can do, because you can open his head. Let me see if I can pull it off. Open up his head, and then you can come in here, take this little thing, rotate it down, and then rotate this back down, and now he has the glasses that I don't really remember him ever using that, but he can do that. That's good. So now we can actually move into the accessories. However, I don't like using that, because this figure apparently has some very bad clear plastic, and yeah, that is also clear plastic, so oopsie, because this is still year 1 Studio Series 86, so nothing is the best. Anyway, so starting off, what shall we start off with? We shall start off with the buzzsaw that he comes with, that has a giant hole in here, and how you attach it is basically you start the transformation sequence. You open up his hand, rotate his hand around, close it back up, a giant peg comes out, and in there you can just attach the buzzsaw. So we can start cutting people up or opening boxes. My first ever open box. And he was in the thumbnail. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oops. Don't be wobbly. We got 2 guns here that he can hold in his hand if need be. Very nicely. And also, he comes with blast effect parts. The first figure, I think, on the channel, or maybe there's another figure, but the first one I'm reviewing that has blast effect parts. I've never really been the biggest fan of these blast effect things, because they're just things that I have to kind of like put away, you know, just in a box somewhere, just get it out of the way, because yeah, sometimes, well, the other blast effect parts that I've had like to fall off of figures, but this one does not really seem to be wanting to kind of get off, so that's good. That's good. However, if you don't want him to hold his gun, let me just put those in his shot as well, so you can see he has 2 of them. But anyway, if you don't want him to hold it, that's fine. That's fine. He's got something else to hold. Don't worry about it. But there are tabs on either side of the gun, and they will slot into these holes here on his back. I kind of wish it was a better connection point, because they do sometimes have the tendency to fall off because of how they're sculpted. But we'll put that in his back so that he has kind of like a jetpack thingy going on, which, you know, hey, why not? These are your toys. You can do whatever you want with him. And finally, he comes with the power of a prime, the matrix of leadership, so that he can become Rodimus. And he can actually hold the matrix of leadership. You can basically just open up the hand, put the hand kind of like through here, kind of like hug it around like the thumb, and then just close the hand around it. Do the same thing on the other side. So hug it around the, open up the hand, hug it around the thumb, and close it back up like so. I kind of want to lift the arms up a bit, but if need, but yeah, it's a bit sideways, but who cares? Anyway, then he comes with one final blast effect part that you can slot around the matrix on each of the sides. You can tab this through it. Give me a second here, because this is very delicate work. And voila! Let there be a new prime! Voila! Now he can go from this to this. Like I said, 100 years older. So yeah, I like that you get this blast effect part. But why won't you stand, huh? But yeah, but I do like how you get that blast effect part. I'm bad at posing, but I feel like other people can really pull off that pose. But let's just pull this off. Pull it off and put the accessories to the side, because we don't necessarily need those. Even the ones on your back. Take them off. Because now that we're done with the accessory section, which took a bit, we can move into the comparison segment. So here he is with himself in the future. Rodimus Prime, the Kingdom Commander class figure that I actually got for like half the price. So I'm happy about that one. But yeah, but they look good together. What? Like his childlike, I guess, his teenage years and his adult years that happened in the span of, how long was that movie again? Like 90 minutes? But even then, I would say an hour. Over the span of an hour, he turned from this into this. But even then, it was a second. It was opening the Matrix. That's all that needed to happen for him to, from looking like this to looking like an old man. I always found that weird. That he just started to age in his face. But let's move him out of the way so we can bring in the Magnus himself. Lift this up a bit so you can see Magnus. So here he is next to Ultra Magnus. Very, very nice. And then finally, to show that his size actually isn't really that different from another Voyager class figure. Here he is next to Ironhide, and Ironhide is slightly taller than him. And here he is next to Satswipe and Jazz. So it shows how tall he is compared to actual deluxes. So in a sense, he is Voyager sized. But then like small Voyager. That's why I get a bunch of nothingness here with him. But this is a nice looking shot. I mean, I have to bring in my 3 favorite. It just has to happen. So let's move them off the side, so we can get into that next segment. The next segment is transformation. Alright, so let's transform 86 Hot Rod. This transformation is actually interesting. However, I have forgotten parts of it, so there might be cuts in here. I just want to warn everyone. So what you want to start off with is you want to hope and pray, because you want to untap this from here. Oh, I hate doing that so much, because look at how thin it is. This is clear plastic. Hasbro, why? Anyway, rotate it around. But this is clear plastic. That is not a good idea. They basically want to undo this piece here. Come on. Oh, I'm holding it back with the arms. The arms go with. I forgot the arms go with. We basically just want to take this, fold this out, rotate this up, rotate it around, and fold it around like so. And there we have a front done. You can then take the head and push it in all the way. If you want to lift this up, for now, it'll come into play later. And what you're actually supposed to do was rotate the head around. I actually have the instructions here with me. I grabbed them out of the box. Anyway, now you got two tabs here that are gonna slot in these two holes. I hope you can see it. Come on. The people can see. There you go. Now the people can see. So you basically just want to take this, rotate this down, and then just slide it in. There we go. Slid it in like so. Keep this open. Rotate the arms around. Well, actually, there's not needed. Keep this open. Now what you want to do is you want to basically keep this out. Rotate the waist around. And then you have that Kingdom Rodimus Prime. Yeah, you kind of want to do something like that. So which way do you go? You go this way. I'm going to open this up. Fold out the wheel. All the way. Like so. Then you want to take the foot here and just rotate it in. Yeah, then you want to also tab these in. When I was finagling with this guy, I noticed that these can actually tab in. I thought they already were, but they aren't. So just tab them in. Keep this open. Then what you want to do, it's a bit of an annoying part, but you basically want to get this through in between his legs, around, like so. And then you can tab it in. Just like so. And there we go. One leg done. Do the same thing on the other side. Like I said, he does have an interesting transformation. Also, make sure that this is like so that you have more room to maneuver. Rotate this around like so. And there we go. We are getting closer to vehicle mode existence. Shadow wants to go for a walk, but it is actually her time. But I'm sorry, Shadow. We have to wait a little bit. What you want to do is you want to take this and push this back and in here. And then you got these little nubbies here that you want to get under there. And then in here, there's a tab that you want to slide in a hole in there. It is difficult to see because of what I did. I can't really undo it. Sadly enough, I can lift this up and you get to see that the hole is over there. So yeah, anyway, lower this down. Make sure you get the leg in the way it's supposed to. Never push on clear plastic parts. For me, this is always a bit more annoying. Like so. There you go. Do the same thing on the other side. So just, there you go. Ah. I think the first time that I did this, I kind of loosened this up. Next up, what you want to do is you want to untab these. Let's lower the camera a bit because we are now at a smaller location. Rotate this around. Rotate this around. Also, I said in the main review that the arm rotation needed, it was for transformation, I think. That is not needed. But anyway, rotate this around like I said. Then you want to rotate this back. Like so. Then there's a tab here that goes into the hole right there. So you just want to tap these two parts together. Like so. Straighten everything out. Make sure everything is straight. Make sure that this is all aligned. Then you want to take this piece here and fold it down backwards. Tap this a bit together. I guess it doesn't want to work for me now. I don't know why. There you go. Yeah, rotate this down so that you can cover up the hand and then just push this a bit together like so. There you go. Now then, I will bring out the part separator for the last piece here because you want to fold these pieces here out and over the headlight plates like so. Then you want to take the front chest here, rotate it up and around, and then there's a little tab here. It goes to the little slot there. And there you go. Make sure that everything is situated the way that it's supposed to. It is not for some reason. But now it is. Then here we have Hot Rod in his vehicle mode. And I'm gonna walk the dog now. So here we have Hot Rod in his futuristic car mode, which for us is basically almost 20 years into the past car mode. Because didn't this movie take place in like 2005? It is the year 2005. Yeah, we don't have cars that look like this. in 2024. So yeah, I like how in the past when they make predictions and we actually get to the year of the prediction and the prediction hasn't come through yet. It's just funny to see. But anyway, let's get close in here on the details. Now you have a nice clear window here, which I don't like because that is prone to breaking. So be very careful during transformation as I'm poking it with my finger. But yeah, you got some nice silver here on the engine block. You got nice fire thing here. Get the nice pinkish here with red, with darker pinkish or red. I don't know. Which color is this? We also have some orange here on the sides. We got some nice silver, like gas pipes here or whatever, smoke pipes. I don't know what you, exhausts, that's the one. Man, that was exhausting to think of. And then back here you have, sadly enough, some legs sticking out, which is an unfortunate thing. But overall, he works pretty well. I like this vehicle mode a lot. And also under here, you basically have a hello. Here he is. Look at him. Arms, legs, chest, head. But he pulls off a nice little vehicle mode. Now let's get into the accessories. Alright. So we have basically 3 accessories because I have yet to find a place for the Matrix of Leadership. I don't know where this is supposed to go. I can't find a storage place for this. So, with the guns, you can store them here on the front. As you can see in here, in this engine block, there's a tiny hole. And then you can tap this in here. And then if calculations serve me correct, which they probably don't, you might be able to tap this on top of that. Let's see if we can do it the opposite way. So, oh. Because I've looked around, I can't find another place, so this has to be the way to store this. Alright, that's part 1. Here's part 2. There we go, and now we can tab both of these here in the front one, right? There you go, now we have stored the whole thing, but the saw is backwards. Oh well. But yeah, you can store it like that. Like I said, I have yet to find. Here you go. That doesn't even work. No. But yeah, there's no place to store the Matrix of Leadership because you can't put it actually in his chest. And if you can, comment it down below. And I will most certainly not update this video. But I mean, his chest is down here. That you can't, it's not really like the other people's chest where you can open it up and then put the Matrix inside. This guy, you can't put the Matrix inside of him. But to be honest, he didn't really even need to come with the Matrix. I mean, it's cool that he comes with the Matrix, but he didn't really have to. But we'll pull this off because it looks ridiculous. So that we can get into, I guess, some size comparisons. So here he is with his futuristic self, the Kingdom Rodimus Prime Commander class figure. Now, as you might see, 2 pieces here are gone. I only have one of them, and I think it looks stupid with only one of them. So I decided to pull that one off, and it's somewhere in my room. I know it. But, yeah, when I got this figure, which was half off, it didn't say that it was missing one, but I guess, you know, it's such a tiny piece, they probably didn't even notice it. But still, half off for something like this. And the worst case scenario is I had to send this guy back and got my money back. But then I still wouldn't have Rodimus Prime. So this is just the way that I always see Rodimus Prime. And to be honest, he's not even fully accurate because the trailer's too long. But it's not his video, this is his video. Your video will come. Even though technically his video means your video because you two are the same character. But here they are together. And you can see what kind of an evolution Rodimus went into. Because also, here we go. Look at the difference here between the two. Whoa, way. What a big difference. And also, he also doesn't do the back properly. However, he is supposed to be inside of this thing, so the back doesn't really matter. The back technically looks like this, so it's like, it's fine. But yeah. Anyway, nice to have Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime in my collection, you know. Now I still need an Optimus Prime from Gene 1. I like how I got Rodimus Prime and Hot Rod in my collection before I even got an Optimus. But that's because when I restarted collecting last year, there you go. But when I restarted collecting last year, well, Earthrise Optimus Prime was nowhere to be available. And I didn't really want that one anyway because he had the wheel butt. And I didn't really like that one, but overall he looks great. However, when I actually saw him available was after the leak about the fact that we are getting an Earthrise, a Commander class Optimus Prime this year. And then I was like, okay. But by the time of recording this, I do not have that figure yet. And maybe also by the time of uploading. I don't know when this goes up. So anyway, let's move him out of the way so we can go from one Commander straight into the next. Here he is next to Ultra Magnus, the one whose glory he stole. Yeah, you stole this thing belonged to my boy Magnus. Magnus should have been Ultra Magnus Prime. Or would it be Ultra Prime? Or would it be Magnus Prime? If Ultra Magnus became the next Prime, would it be Ultra Magnus Prime? Or would it be Ultra Prime? Or would it be Magnus Prime? How would that work? But anyway, the little glory stealer here, right here. And Magnus technically second in command, let's be honest here. But let's move him out of the way so we can get into the size comparison with the main trio for me. Sideswipe, Jazz, and Ironhide. And for me, the favorites, by the way, go Ironhide, Sideswipe, Jazz. Just saying. There he is with them, all four of them next to each other. And they look good. But one of these is not like the others. He's so... I mean, I do like how this looks, but also he stands out like a sore thumb, to be honest. But I do like how this looks. So let's get them out of here so we can get into... reverse transformation. So let's get Hot Rod back into his robot mode. So what you want to start off with is you want to get the arm loose. It's a little bit loose like so. Open up, oh, part separator, where are you? Here you are. Open up this front piece here. Fold these side pieces in. And then I guess kind of close it back up so you can rotate the arms around. That's why I wanted to do it. And get it out of the way. Now then, you want to untap the legs from the back here, which can sometimes be easier said than done, but there we go. Open up the wheel. Rotate the leg around. Fold in the wheel in here. Fold that into his leg. Oh, and then fold out his feet and then fold it into the leg so that you can see that these tabs kind of hug their location. And there we go, that's one leg done. Do the same thing on the other side. Where is the place that is supposed to be rotated? There it is, found you. As I always tend to do. Rotate this in, come on. And then rotate this in, there we go. And now we got two legs done. Rotate this piece up, rotate his waist around, lift up the camera if you got one of those. If you're also making videos, lift up the camera and rotate this piece around. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Push this back, rotate this around and in. All right, rotate the head out first to make some room to do that kind of stuff. Rotate this around first before you push it in. I was like, something is wrong. I'm missing something here. And close this bad boy. Oh, why is this not going the way it's supposed to? There you go. Push it all the way down, which is entirely terrifying to do because of the legend of clear plastic. Then fold this up and push it in. Take this piece here. There's a slot here, tab here. Cannot really see tab, I don't think, but there's a tab, trust me. Push it in like so. There we go, we are almost done because now all you have to do is rotate this around and push it in. There's a giant hole for this to go into, like so. Do the same thing on the other side, like so. And here we have Hot Rod, not Rodimus, Hot Rod, back in his robot mode. Final thoughts on Studio Series Hot Rod. Would I recommend this figure? Well, first of all, do I like him? I do like him. Absolutely. He looks great. Just like Hot Rod did in the show, kind of mostly did in the show, because I think there are some issues. This figure also has some issues. The shoulders moving like this. It's an issue. The clear plastic. It's an issue. So maybe Hasbro is once again going to be absolutely just bad, I guess, and are going to, just like what they did with Earthrise and Studio Series, where they're like, here, have him without the clear plastic, you know, like he was originally supposed to be released, I guess. Yeah, they could do one of those. If he ever would get released without clear plastic, I would say pick him up. He is highly recommended. But as it is, and also with the aftermarket prices, he ain't worth it. Alright? He is worth the Voyager class price point. Barely, though. He is barely worth the Voyager price point. But that does not mean he is not worth the Voyager price point. However, anything above that Voyager price point, he is not worth it. So I would recommend him, but only on, like, if you can find him for like 35 euros or however that would be in dollars. Let's just say Voyager price point, because everyone's Voyager price point is different, because like in Japan for some reason Voyager price point would be like 4,000 yen. It's like, hey, so Voyager price point, I would recommend him. Above that, I would not recommend him. However, if they do give a re-release, I would recommend you pick him up. However, a lot of people don't like him because he's the Optimus killer. And to be honest, in my thumbnail, he hates the Matrix of Leadership. But that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series number 4, Voyager class, Hot Rod. Wait, he's not French, so Hot Rod. He's not Hot Rod, he's Hot Rod. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!